Chrysler, the Morgan County Health Center, Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company in Versailles, Lloyd Belt Automotive, Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising, Veracruz Mexican Restaurant, LOZ Antique Mall, the Osage Beach Hy-Vee, Gladstone Cove Boat Trailer Sales, GT Brothers Automotive, American Sun Control, the Graffinry Heating and Cooling, First Choice Realty, Jason Blankenship CPA, the Kidwell Garber Funeral Homes of Versailles and Laurie, the Bank of Versailles, the Shed Batting Cages, Versailles Total Fitness, and Community Point Bank. Now, coverage of the 94th Annual Eldon Boys Basketball Tournament on KS-95.
Since 1944,
good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's presentation of KS-95 Sports Live at the 94th Annual Eldon Tournament, home of this matchup that you better get used to because we're going to see it again in 2 days between the Eldon Mustangs and the Versailles Tigers. I'm Colton Taylor. Coach Jason Vansel with me. We got Spencer on the camera tonight, and of course Mark Sidebottom back at the studio engineering tonight's contest. Congratulations to Mark. New grandbaby in the family, so that's always a lot of fun.
Congratulations, Mark.
But Jason, I always say this is my favorite and least favorite game to call at the same time because these are our two teams that we cover, and obviously we want to see them both do great, but the problem is one of them has to lose in this matchup.
Yeah, it's for radio purposes, it's a bad deal, but just for like me, I enjoy it because this, when I look back at some of that stuff in our very first basketball games in 1909, 10, 11, we were playing this team. And it just, when you go back that far, I always love when these two teams play. They were back there in the early days with us, them, California, and us, playing way before Tri-County was even thought of.
Well, I love that.
I love that.
There's a lot of friendships and respect because that's why I kind of made the comment yesterday that I feel like while this is a rivalry game, it's not the, I can't stand them rivalry. It's more of the, I look forward to playing them and want to beat them. And prior to the game, I was watching a couple of the Tigers and Mustangs out there chatting and laughing about some stuff that was going on. And it was just kind of funny to see that it's like, oh, yeah, I bet some of these kids have some of the VOTEC classes together or things like that and probably know each other pretty well.
This is a gentleman's rivalry. Eldon, what they have with Osage is a back alley rivalry. This is two different types of rivalry here.
There's a lot of truth to that. And to be fair, there's not a lot of love lost between Versailles and Osage either.
That's why I say you want to know who Eldon's rivalry is. It's Osage, man. Don't fool yourself.
I've heard lots of stories about that rivalry, and a lot of them aren't even radio appropriate. It's pretty brutal. But, Jason, I think this is an interesting matchup because I do believe this is two teams that are both in a similar position. They know they have a lot of skill and ability, but they're still struggling to find their way offensively. I mean, Eldon played Fatima very well, I thought, for about 75% of the game.
They did.
The difference in the second half, because it was a 2-point game at the half, the difference in the second half to me was Fatima found their offense and Eldon did not.
Yeah, Eldon had some unfortunate turnovers there in that fourth quarter, if I remember, 4 big ones right there in the first minute 45 of the fourth quarter that really kind of, you felt like that was it, I guess, looking back. But, yeah, I expect Eldon to come out ready to go because this is, Versailles isn't Fatima and they're a little angry, and I expect Versailles to come out a little bit angry too because they've been able to stew on their deal yesterday for about 24 hours now, and they're a little angry too.
Yeah, I was going to say, as we talked about Eldon coming up shy against Fatima, it was Versailles. Let's call it what it is. They got blown out by Boonville.
It was a debacle.
It was something that a coach has nightmares about, and I know Coach SB, Coach Williams, Coach Pryor have had some very, very personal talks with these boys about, hey, we're going to get beat in a lot of ways that we can live with, but we will not get beat based on effort, and you didn't feel like the effort was there yesterday.
No, and when I was walking in the parking lot, TJ Schoolfield's mom, Missy, I ran into her out there. We were walking in together, and she was talking about how it's going to go, and I said, I don't know, man. It's got to go a lot better than it did yesterday. And we were talking about how ugly it was, and she told me, she goes, call it what it is. I mean, it was disgusting. It was ugly. We're better than that. And she goes, so she felt pretty much the same way I did about it. She goes, there's no way of putting lipstick on a pig and making it look pretty. This is what it was. So today we need to redeem ourselves. So I think both teams, I think it's going to make that for a fun game because I think both teams left yesterday quite a bit disappointed.
Well, we are in the Winter Shelton Real Estate pregame show here, all a part of our Martin Metal broadcast. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with more of this pregame show after got to catch up with both the coaches, and we'll talk about what they had to say when we come back. You're listening to KS-95 Sports
providing the area with quality building materials needed for its building, remodeling, and repair projects. Because customer care is Carpenter Gunther's #1 goal, your project is always their priority. They take as much pride in your project as you do. Reach them at 378-4433 Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4:30, and 8 to noon on Saturday. Carpenter Gunther, where they put the home in hometown business.
Have you ever gone into panic mode because you reach into your wallet and your debit card is not there? Hi, this is Ryan Pryor from Citizens Bank of Eldon and Versailles. With the Umbrella app on your mobile phone, you can block your debit card with a quick tap of a button. 5 minutes later, you remember that it's in your pocket. No problem. Just go back in and unblock your card, and now it's business as usual. Ask us how you can enroll. Member FDIC.
A hometown bank, a hometown friend.
If you're looking to buy or sell a luxury home, first-time homeowner, farm, townhouse, lakefront property, or a commercial property, then call Chris Weeberry with First Choice Realty, Eldon's oldest and most trusted real estate brokerage. Chris is a lifelong resident of the area and real estate salesperson. If you're thinking about selling or you're looking to purchase your new home, Chris would love to help you out. Give him a call at 573-480-2313. That's 573-480-2313.
Back in the 94th annual Eldon basketball tournament as we're getting ready for Versailles in Eldon. This is the 7th place game here in the Martin Metal Broadcast. Our Winter Shelton Real Estate pregame show. Before the game, got to talk to both coaches a little bit. And very different, I shouldn't say very different philosophies, but slightly different. I want to start with Eldon because I saw something as I was walking past the kids warming up. I saw Cody Tam very casually go up, reverse jam. He brought the ball down to his knees and then slammed it over his head reverse style. And it's one of those things you like have to look twice because you're like, wait, what? I knew Cody could get up, but I mean this with all due respect. He's a freak of nature athletically. The kid's got bunnies.
Yeah, these kids, well, I mean, you got kids like that you don't normally see that kind of stuff unless you're in practices or behind closed doors with them and stuff. You don't really see that stuff in games, but it's incredible what kind of athletes both these teams actually have. Kids like that. I've watched Reese. I know we make fun of Reese not doing it in a game. Same thing. You go in to watch a practice, and it's like, oh, my God, you're a freak. How did you do that?
Yeah.
And Tam's the same way. He's one of those kids. I mean, we got some great athletes out here, man.
Tam, I just always theorized his bones are the same as like a bird's. They got to be hollow or something because he can hang in the air. But this Mustang group that's just got a lot of great players on it. When I talked with assistant coach Scott Taylor, Coach Caudell was already back in the locker room writing some stuff up, and I asked him, said, man, what's going to be the key to the game? And he goes, right now we feel like we're putting together 2.5 quarters of basketball, and we need that last quarter and a half. Said he wants to really see some offense get going from a couple guys, and defensively, he said, looking at the Tigers, he goes, there's no secret about it. When it comes to Versailles, you got to stop Mr. Murdoch. He goes, and then you want to slow down Braden Albrecht if you can. He goes, he thinks if they work hard to slow down those two, it'll make the Tiger offense work a little harder, which seems like a pretty sound strategy.
Yeah. And this means, to me, that means it's time for Mr. Schoolfield to step it back up again. And Mr. Albrecht, I mean, you gotta keep progressing, but TJ needs to step up. Rowan Allen needs to step up because they are going to focus on Reese Murdoch. So we need kind of like that night a while back where we had 5 guys almost in double figures. So.
And on the flip side of that, talking to Coach Espinoza, he kind of highlighted the 2 big names for the Eldon Mustangs. And he said, hey, it starts with Britt Nahart and Cody Tam. If you can slow them down, and then you can maybe slow down this Mustang offense as well. So it's going to be a bit of a chess match going on to see who can slow down the others. Do either slow them down, or do we just see a off to the races style game tonight where it's 65-70?
I don't know. I think it'll be lower scoring. I think it's going to be kind of a hard-nosed game, my personal opinion.
Well, we'll go ahead and meet the starting lineups for both squads. Jason, I'll let you have the Tigers.
Senior number 2, Reese Murdoch. Junior number 3, Braden Albrecht. Senior number 4, TJ Schoolfield. Junior number 5, Joey Bertelli. And junior number 24, Tyler Morrison.
And of course, the Tigers under head coach Wyatt Espinoza, assisted by Kobe Williams and Ryan Pryor. Starting for the Eldon Mustangs, it'll be number 1, Talon Holt, a 5'10" junior. Number 2, Devin Hardy, 5'9" and a senior. Number 3, Britt Nahart, 6'4" and a junior. Number 24, Cody Tam, 6'2" and a junior. And number 25, that is Kyle Hines, 6'1" and a senior. And the Eldon Mustangs under head coach Nathaniel Caudell, assisted by Scott Taylor, Colin Bernsketter, and Ben Cooper. Reminder, this game streaming at MoSportsZone.com and on the new MoSportsZone app if you'd like to watch live right now. And a lot of good basketball tonight, culminating in a championship game between the Eugene Eagles and the Smith Cotton Tigers, two big athletic teams that like to score in bunches.
Yeah, that'll be a good one right there.
The opening tip, it's going to be the Tigers going to the basket, 2 hour left in the road grays with the gold trim. Mustangs going to the basket, 2 hour right in the white jerseys with the gold letters. It'll be Ahart jumping it off against Murdoch. The opening tip was not very good, but it winds up with the Tigers.
It came back down. That's about the only thing that happened.
Zone to start this off, 2-3 from the Mustangs. Bertelli, he's pressured by Hardy, works the outside out to Reese. The corner, TJ, extra pass inside Murdoch. His shot won't go. Offensive board kept alive. Bertelli wouldn't go. Tam has the rebound. Talon Hole going to bring it up, communicating with Britton.
He's patient every time.
Trying to see what the Tiger defense is going to be here. And I think this is this a 1-3-1?
I think so.
It is. We haven't seen a lot of 1-3-1 out of Versailles. So Talon skips it over to Devin on the right wing. Britton sets screen. It flashes away. Talon gets it on the right wing. Tigers shading him a little bit. Talon really hasn't looked for the three-point shot. He's very capable of making it, but won't generally try to create off the dribble. Hardy over to Ahart. Gets into the high post. Pull-up jumper up and good.
Nice.
That's a smooth-looking shot for Britton Ahart. First points of the game go to the Mustangs. Back the other way, Versailles. TJ drives baseline. Timo, corner three for the answer. Won't go. Rebound tipped by Ahart, controlled by Tam. We are in the Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company, first quarter of action. Devin Hardy thought about the three. Braden Albrecht, though, took it away. Hardy will reset out at the logo. Coach Caudell calling out an offensive set. Mustangs have gone all five out. Well, now Hines will kind of flash down to the post. Hardy in the corner, lofts it into Ahart on the block against Timo. Turnaround jumper, it's a wedgie.
Oh, wedgie. Don't see that very often.
No.
It's always entertaining when you do that.
First wedgie of the season.
I saw some NBA guy did one on a dunk the other day.
That takes some skill.
Yeah. But he didn't get high enough, dude.
Inbounds to Ahart. The Talon works around to Devin. Fires down low to Ahart. That's a good cut, good movement off ball, and Britton's got the lay-in. It's a 4-0 Eldon lead with 5:50 to play.
Eldon does a good job of that, moving around. They're active.
Eldon sinks back into that 2-3 zone. TJ gets inside, skips it out to Reese, passes high, but Murdoch able to corral it. Reese goes back to TJ in the corner, high post Bertelli. Takes a dribble, drops it back off to Reese. Pass, or shot fake, spin move, inside extra pass. Albrecht, his wing three, up and good.
Nice shot.
First points of the game for the Tigers come from a Braden Albrecht three. It's a 4-3 lead with 5:24 to play. Mid-range for Britton won't go. TJ a good box out and winds up in the hands of Murdoch. Head to Albrecht. He skips it to TJ. Wing three for Schoolfield's up and good. And now the Tigers have taken the lead 6-4. Coach Caudell down there calling something out to Talon Hole.
Eldon's very patient.
They are. These kids, I mean, whatever Coach Caudell tells them, they're going to do.
They are just trying to find the right spot to get it to you in the right time.
Hardy backdoor to lob, and he's got Ahart.
That's beautiful.
That's their go-to play. They can run it out of a set anytime, lull you to sleep, and get Britton on the back door. We're tied at 6 apiece. Reese to Bertelli at the high post. Back to Reese. He's got space. Fires the corner three off the iron. Won't go. Hines the board. Talon Hole ahead to Cody Tam. He drives baseline. Pulls up the mid-range jumper. Long board pulled in by Kyle Hines. And he is fouled.
Well, if Coach Espinosa's game plan is to slow down Ahart, he better implement it quick because he's got all the scoring for Eldon to this point. Looking pretty good.
The strategy is to let him get all the points out he has early, and then,
empty his bucket, then be done.
Oh, but the inbounds, Talon Holt finds the space, lays it up and in. Mustangs regain a 2-point lead, 8-6 with 4:10 to play in the first. It's a strip recovered by Deerking. Mustangs want to run.
There it is.
Britton tosses the lob to Cody, and I actually think Cody got defended by his own teammate.
Yeah. Him and Deerking got tangled up a little bit. They're both going up.
I like that lob play, though. Cody's got the ups. I mean, he showed that in warm-ups.
Well, the problem for Versailles is they had two guys behind you wide open for an alley-oop.
Yeah, that's never good for the Tiger defense. Timo, skip past the Peck. Rowan Allen in the game. Over to Reese. Reese will reset. Devin Hardy there applying pressure on him in this 2-3 zone. TJ left open. Wing 3 off the back iron won't go. Timo fights for it, but Deerking the board. Ahead to Cody. Cody a spin move. Left the ball behind him, and they're going to say it goes to the Tigers. Rhett Bayshore making his first appearance in the game as he comes in for Devin Hardy. Rhett, I mean, you talk about a kid that just gives you everything he's got.
Yes, man. He is a hard worker. Brings a lot of energy.
Tigers running a set of 4 across the baseline. Goes to Timo Timo at the high post. Rowan, he tries a 3, top of the key off the back iron, long rebound tip. Somehow TJ gets it. And yeah, that's probably going to be a reach-in foul on Talon. Looks like Dalton Reza.
Reza for Timo.
And Devin Hardy back in for Talon. 3:09 to play in the first quarter of action. Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company, first quarter of action. Rowan finds space. Ooh. Oh, he's fouled. Ahart came in and swatted that thing away like a volleyball player, but there was contact before the block. So Rowan will go to the line. I mean, if you're Versailles, you do love the take by Rowan. He just seems fearless inside right now.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to care if he's outsized by anybody. He just goes at him. So.
That foul going to go on Tam. First free throw is up and good. 8-7 is the Mustang lead. Rowan could tie it up at 8 apiece. And somehow it did. That ball died on the back iron and fell through. They don't put pictures on scoreboards, and we're tied at 8 apiece with 3 minutes to play in the first. Bayshore, the left wing, goes to Ahart, who's posted. Back out to Red. He'll try the wing 3 off the back iron. Wouldn't go. Tam keeps it alive. Damn. Strong dribble. It's stripped. Winds up in Rowan's hands. He needs help and finds Peck. Peck ahead to Reza. Hardy, the quick closeout, forces the travel. Just a great job by Devin Hardy to get there. So as soon as Reza turned around before he could put the ball on the floor, Devin Hardy was staring at him.
I'm still getting over the rebound there that Tam almost had. He had 4 Tigers around him, literally surrounded him, and he went up and almost got that thing.
Sometimes being super athletic is very helpful.
It helps, doesn't it?
Ahart on the block, fights through some contact, lays it up and in. Eldon regains the lead 10-8. This game has like last possession decides it all written all over it. Albrecht to TJ. Inside, Rowan makes some space. He's blocked by Deerking.
I like the take, man. I like the take.
Coach Caudell talking to the officials saying, did Mason's hands come down? He looked pretty clean. And that's one of those, I will say, I love the aggressive take. If you're Eldon, you're asking, hey, did Rowan drop the shoulder when he initiated contact?
He probably did. He's going to go one speed. He's going to go hard. That's Rowan, man.
You just love the aggressiveness. Rowan's first free throw, good. 10-9. Rowan could tie it with a made free throw here. Bertelli back in the game. I believe he came in for Peck. Second free throw, good as well. We're knotted up 10 apiece with 2:20 to play in the Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company. First quarter of action. Tigers have went to some straight man defense, it looks like.
Yeah, changed it up.
Well, I think no, they didn't.
No,
I don't know what's going on here. It's like half of them are playing man, half playing zone. Talon's got the wing 3 off the front iron, kept alive by Ahart, up and in.
Somebody's got to keep check on him. That's 10 points.
Britton has had some low-scoring games as of recent as he's been trying to find his rhythm. Well, he's got 10 to start this game. And it's a steal by Eldon. Dierking has it. Head to Bayshore. Bayshore all the way to the basket. Flipped up off the glass and in. And the Mustangs have a 4-point lead, 14-10 with 1:38 to go in the first. Albrecht sees the double team from Hardy. Oh, tough catch, but Allen able to secure it. Bayshore all over him. Rowan will pull a three off the dribble. Draw some backboard.
I don't know if we want that one there.
Oh, Ahart, they're going to get him for a push-off. He tried to make some space on Bertelli, and
he did. I'll give him that. He made some space.
Bertelli was on the other side of the lane at the end of that.
That was a chuck.
The problem with being 6'4" like Britton is, when you extend that arm to make space, there's a lot of arm to extend and be seen.
Sure. And he's probably going to be a little more assertive. I think he had, 3 or something in the game last night? So he's probably a little perturbed.
To the block, Timo skips it out to Reese. Reese a shot fake. Crossover, mid-range, steps around the defense. A lot of contact, play on. Reese's putback won't go, Tam the board. Bayshore ahead on the run out. Drops it off to Hardy. Hull, top of the key. Thought about the three. Murdoch runs him off the line. Yeah, this is straight man from the Tigers now. Bayshore drives, jump step. Flips it up off the glass. Won't go. Somehow Rhett comes up with it. Hardy over to Talon. He'll try the three from the top of the key off the right side. Won't go. And Tam keeps it alive, but right into the hands of Timo. 30 seconds left. Tigers trail by 4 here in the first. May want to hold for the last shot to try to cut this to just a one-possession game. Bertelli on the left wing. Down to 15 seconds. Reese out at the logo. Coach Espy calls something out. Reese acknowledges it. Reza with 10 seconds left. Bertelli on the left wing. Back to Dalton. High post is Albrecht. Makes space. Back out to Bertelli. Bertelli, mid-range, 3 seconds. Floats it up and in.
Nice shot.
That's a tough make for Joey Bertelli, but he got it to go. We played one in a good game early, 14-12. Eldon leads Versailles. You're listening to KS-95 Sports.
The Morgan County Health Center in Versailles reminds you can help your child have a healthy future. Encourage them to get 1 hour or more of physical activity every day and limit screen time to 2 hours at most. Time spent in front of a screen watching TV or playing video games means less time being active. Make sure they get 3 servings of low or no-fat milk or yogurt every day, 4 servings of water, not sugary drinks, and 5 servings or more of fruit and vegetables. Healthy habits lead to a healthy future. A message from the Morgan County Health Center in Versailles.
California Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has been making happy customers for years with dedicated employees in sales and service. They're your hometown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram dealer and proudly serve the community and surrounding areas by offering new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as top-notch parts and service departments. Find out for yourself why their customers leave happy. California Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram on West Buchanan Street in California wants you to be another happy customer.
Well, a great first quarter of action. Both these teams really showing something offensively and defensively at times. Just a 2-point game after one. 14-12 is the Mustang lead. Jason, honestly, I thought both these teams looked pretty sharp.
Yeah, for the most part, they look pretty sharp. They're, I think the game plan is kind of working a little bit better for Eldon than it is for Versailles right now, but both teams are pretty much almost knotted up here. But Versailles got to account for Ahart a little bit here, and that's been a little trouble for the Tigers on this one.
Wing three, halfway down, but the offensive board for Murdoch gets the defender in the air. And his putback won't fall. His tip won't fall. Fight for the board, and Hardy throws it back right to Timo. It's tipped, winds up in the hands of Tam. He gives it to Britton, who wants to run a crossover, and that is definitely a foul.
Yeah. That's not one they're going to miss.
No. Coach Caudell, I think, was a little surprised. He's like, is he allowed to just grab him like that?
I think even Jamie Williams, if he was here, he'd go, that's a good call. He wouldn't scream or holler about that one at all.
I would argue that still. That's... Ahart spins, dishes out. Hardy, wing three, off the back iron, fight for the board. Great job by TJ. I mean, Kyle Hines is a great rebounder down there. 6'1", going on 6'2". TJ got position, held the box out, and they called Kyle for the over back.
He just went straight up, but that's what happens when you back up and you get under him and get a body on him. You'll get those called.
Reese brings the ball up the floor, goes to Braden. It's now a 3-2 zone. 3 launched quickly from TJ. Long rebound pulled in by Murdoch. He sets his speed. He says, I'll try a 3. I'll get the 3. Tigers regain the lead now, 15-14. If you think that's our last lead change, you have not been paying attention.
No, that's the first of many.
Just under 7 minutes to go in our second quarter of action. If you're listening to this on the radio and think, man, this sounds like a good game. If only I could watch it. Well, good news, you can. MoSportsZone.com will also have the Osage Indians and Camdenton Lakers on there tonight as well.
That's
Strong
a
take. Devin Hardy, left hand, soft touch off the glass.
Hit the gas pedal all the way to home.
Devin Hardy's pretty good at the game of basketball.
He's good at everything.
Murdoch, the right wing, once again, 3-2 zone from the Mustangs. Rowan goes back to Reese. Reese makes a little space. Hesitation out to Braden. Braden loses it.
Once again, the Tigers.
Oh, and the ball hit the official who was standing out of bounds.
Yeah, the Tigers are having trouble with their passing. Passing's kind of been a weakness of this team, I think, this year. Last night, it was not good at all. But we've had a few of those turnovers already, just passing the ball. But I still feel like Versailles stands too much, and that can help cause that.
On offense are the Mustangs. Oh, and near steal by Albrecht, but it'll stay with the Mustangs. Coach Caudell, it blows my mind how active that man is all game. He never sits still.
He gets himself into a sweaty frenzy down there, doesn't he? He's always working.
Talon uses the Hardy screen to the corner. Tam thought about the 3, goes back to Talon, back to Devin, working it around to Hines on the left wing. Skip pass to Talon on the right wing. Now a 3 from the corner for Cody, won't go, and Reese another strong board.
Push it.
Reese wants to go quick, fast, and in a hurry. Gives it to Timo, back to Reese. He's got space for a wing 3, and he hits another.
His shot's looking pretty good right now.
Tigers regain the lead now, 18-16. Like I said, we're going to see a lot of those back and forth lead changes. Talon uses the screen. Reach-in foul going to be called on Braden. That'll be his second, I believe.
That should be, because he had that nice wrap a while ago.
Yeah, there was no dispute in that call earlier. It's tossed in the backcourt where Talon gets it. Gives it to Devin. Eldon going to run a set here. Hardy flashes to the corner. But Cody will step out and meet at the volleyball line. They're just running Britton right across the middle of the floor. He gets it, top of the key. 3 lined up. 3 knocked down. Britton Ahart lead back to the Mustangs.
Yeah, they just rock you back and forth until they get what they want and then score it.
It takes a lot of discipline and patience, and the Mustangs have that quick trigger 3 from the Tigers. Won't go. Long rebound pulled in by Talon Hole. Eldon with the ball in a 1-point lead, just under 5 to play in the second. Hardy, he'll try the wing 3 off the iron, won't go, and a good rebound by Bertelli. Albrecht skips it to Reese, who jumped over Timo to get it. Or not over Timo, TJ. Albrecht, corner 3, won't go. TJ offensive board up and in.
Nice rebound.
Lead back to the Tigers.
I'd like to see Versailles go to the hole a little bit more. We are shooting a lot of threes already.
These teams are just trading body blows right now. Versailles leads Eldon 2019 with 4:15 to go here in the second quarter. Hardy steps into the mid-range, dishes it over. Tam will drive, pulls up the short corner jumper halfway down. He's got a nice little short corner jumper.
That was a nice looking shot.
TJ will try the wing 3. He'll get it. Versailles now leads by 4. Does Eldon have an answer as we go under 4 minutes to play in the second? Once again, these two teams will see each other in just a couple days, playing Monday right back here in Eldon. And if you thought the Eldon-Fatima game was good last night, don't worry, they're going to play each other too on Tuesday. Oh, inside, it's the lob. I saw that play earlier in the year at South Callaway where you set the double inside screens and then let Talon split and toss the lob up. The lob just a little off the mark as Tam was coming back door for the jam. And now I just fully expect Cody to dunk everything.
Yeah, I want to see one.
After seeing that dunk in warm-ups, that's all I want now, every play. Reese on the attack to Timo. Out to TJ. Shot fake. He takes a body check from Devin Hardy. That's just going to be the second foul on the Mustangs. Inbounds to Reese. He's got Bayshore all over him. Reese gets inside, hangs in the air. His runner off the back iron, bounces around. Good box out as it hits the floor before Timo gets it. Tiptoes on the baseline. Vansel, corner three off the front iron, won't go. Rebound tips and winds up with Bayshore. Bayshore, unsurprisingly, wants to run. He'll pull it back out and go to Hardy. Ahart inside, back to Devin. Bayshore, corner three off the front iron. Long rebound, tracked down by Rhett. He gives it to Devin. Skips it to Britton in the corner. Britton fires it cross court to Cody. Pass a little too hot to handle. Wound up in the crowd. Souvenir ball.
That's a tough pass right there when you're throwing from one corner to the other corner.
Tigers with a 4-point lead and the basketball here in the second quarter with 2:50 to play. Vansel. Over to Reza. Top of the key, Vansel. Jacob been playing a lot more minutes lately. Reese crossover. Back out to TJ. TJ gets inside. Extra little step, but the shot wouldn't climb the iron, and Deer King's got the board.
One more dribble, and you can finish that at the hole.
Eldon with the ball. Bayshore so quick inside. Out to Tam. He's got to look for the corner three off the back iron. TJ another rebound. Reese hits a crossover on Bayshore. Gives it up to Vansel. On the weave, Vansel gets inside. Drops it off to Dalton Reza. He'll pull the trigger on a three. And it's long. Picked off by Britton Ahart. Fires ahead to Devin Hardy attacking. Jump step. Flips it up off the glass and in. Off balance. Tough shot, Devin Hardy.
And that's something right there that Versailles has got to fix. You let Devin, he's a tough kid, but you're getting beat back. And he gets that shot like that. Versailles has got to get back on defense like that.
Devin Hardy has an inept ability to score while being completely off balance that most people don't have.
I mean, and he goes hard all the time, so you got to get back there too.
Vansel out at the logo, 1:30 to play. It's a 2-point game. Versailles clinging to a 2-point lead. Near steal by Deer King. It is a steal by Deer King. Bayshore has it. He nearly has it taken away, but he's strong with the ball. Brings it up the floor. Splits the defense on the run out. Drops it off to Mason, who gets bodied underneath by Reza. And Deer King will shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, it's another pass by Versailles that you're not going to be able to do that on a team like Eldon. You got to have a little bit more heat on it.
Said it before, and I'll say it again. Eldon plays the same intensity all game long. There's no breaks in there.
No, there's not.
These kids, I mean, Coach Caudell has them bought in, and they play his style of basketball as Deer King's free throw rattles around and comes back out. Second free throw for Mason is long as well. Rowan the board. Gives it to Reese. Tigers with a 2-point lead, 23-21, 1:10 to play. Reese to the corner to TJ. Back to straight man for the Mustangs. Timo to Peck. They're posting Rowan low against Talon. Timo thinking about feeding him, but Reese comes up with a high post against Bayshore. Spin all the way to the basket. That's pretty footwork, Reese Murdoch, and he's got the bucket. Hardy racing back the other way. Hangs in the air, and it's blocked off the glass by Murdoch.
That was impressive.
Oh, nearly restolen in a collision.
That was a collision.
My goodness, Murdoch and Hardy, a wide receiver and a safety colliding. They're both okay. It's going to take a lot harder hit than that to jar either of them.
They'll feel that one tomorrow because that looked like that hurt.
I mean, that may have happened on the football field before, though, because Devin was a hard-hitting, strong safety despite his size, and Reese, of course, wide receiver.
That looked like one where you lose a tooth.
Yeah. Peck tries to drop it off to Timo. Sharpshooter, corner three, just draws iron. And a foul on Rowan fighting for the rebound. That'll be the 4th on the Tigers. Cody Tam and Kyle Hines going to come back into the game for the Mustangs. They'll check in for Mason Deer King and somebody else. I'm not sure who else came out for Eldon. Huh. I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually. Oh, I think Rhett's on the bench right now.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And Talon with the ball, overplaying. Oh, that's terrible. I know who that is. Jason, who is that? 21 for Versailles.
21, Randy Taylor.
Randy Taylor, thank you. We've seen him many times this year. I just always forget his name. That foul will put Talon at the line. Mustangs could cut into this lead with 7.5 to play. Talon's first free throw is short. Zach Hull and I believe Lincoln Salzman both checking in for the Mustangs. They'll join Hull, Hines, and Hardy. For the Mustangs, it is Rowan, Reese, Vansel as the free throw is good. TJ and Albrecht. Albrecht on the drive out to Rowan. Wing three lined up. Oh, off the iron, just wouldn't go. A good look, but it wouldn't fall for the Tigers. Still close one after one half of play. Versailles leads Eldon 25-22. When we come back, you're listening to KS-95 Sports.
A full-service graphics company, Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising does it all, from screen printing, offset printing, and promotional advertising to custom-built trophies and awards. It's where they do it the right way. Check out their Facebook page for their monthly special, and don't forget they offer online stores for all your group and activities needs. Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising, across from the Family Center on Highway 52 East in Versailles. Call 573-378-5775.
The students of Morgan County R2 have done a lot to make their hometown proud, and many have stayed in the community to help Versailles prosper and grow. Whether they excel through sports or through academics, our students need our support. As a parent, be part of your child's education. As a community, be part of their activities by attending sporting events, concerts, and other extracurricular activities. Our support today means better leaders for tomorrow. From Kidwell Garber Funeral Homes of Versailles and Lori.
Veracruz Mexican Restaurant invites you to join them for a casual lunch or a nice family dinner out with delicious, authentic Mexican cuisine. Veracruz has a great selection of burritos, tacos, seafood, enchiladas, salads, and more, all prepared with the finest and freshest ingredients. Grab dinner tonight from one of their 3 locations: Veracruz on South Highway 5 in Versailles, Veracruz Jr. on Highway 52 in Stover, or on Highway 65 in Lincoln. Veracruz Mexican Restaurant, a proud sponsor of local athletes.
Take your softball and baseball skills to the next level. The Shed is Eldon's own indoor hitting facility that features 2 full cages with screens, tees, and pitching lanes. You'll love their top-of-the-line pitching machine that throws a variety of speeds with precise locations to perfect your swing. The Shed also has a workout facility. You can add it to your cage rental or just purchase as a regular membership. Open Monday through Friday, 3:30 to 8, and Saturday and Sunday from noon to 8. Look for the big white building across from Gerb's in Eldon. Book times now on Facebook at The Shed LLC. See you at The Shed.
And we are back with the Hy-Vee halftime show. Great game, 25-22. This is the 7th place game here in the Eldon tournament. And Versailles leads Eldon 25-22, as we mentioned. Jason, I mean, I know both coaches are going to have some things to preach about in the locker room, but I stand by what I said. Based on what you saw last game from both of these teams, I do think both coaches are going to be pretty okay with what they've seen on our teams this year.
Yeah, I think the effort, I think on Versailles' end, I think the effort's been better than it was yesterday by far. Shooting a little bit, you know, we made some threes. I think Versailles made 5 threes in that first half. As far as Eldon goes, I think you're doing what you wanted to do. Reese Murdoch, I think they kind of held him in check pretty good. I mean, he's got 8. That's for a first half.
They had said Reese and Braden they wanted to kind of slow down as a package deal. They've combined for 11. I mean, that's
usually if Reese gets about 25, I think Versailles has a pretty good chance of winning. So you got an 8 about the first half. So I think they've done a pretty good job against him. So I think both teams are, it's an Eldon Versailles game.
I would argue both teams have a win and a loss in their game plan. For Eldon, the game plan was to take away Reese and then Braden. Well, you've held Braden in check with just the one made 3, but Reese has got 8 early. Yeah. And the flip side, Versailles said, hey, we want to go ahead and take away Britton Ahart and Cody Tam. Well, Cody's been relatively quiet by his stand. I mean, Cody doesn't have a bucket in this game. Problem is Britton's got 13.
Yeah, so Versailles has not done a very good job on him. And if it wasn't for TJ stepping up a little bit and him having 8 points in that first half as well, Versailles could find themselves in a little bit of a hole here. So,
well, and I think it attests a lot to both these coaching staffs and some of the great athletes that you can game plan all you want, but at the end of the day, better offense will beat great defense. That's that's true. That's just luck of the draw. So I think we're in for a fun second half. Anybody's game here in this 7th place game. Coming up next, it will be the Boonville Pirates squaring off with, who do they play? Fatima?
Fatima, I believe.
That's going to be an interesting matchup. And then following that, the third place game this evening will be School of the Osage versus the Camdenton Lakers. Both those games covered by our sister stations, Cool 102.7 and Mix 92.7. I think I'll be on the call on Mix 92.7, maybe. I don't know. I haven't really talked that over. That game streaming at MoSportsZone.com. Then the championship of the 94th Eldon Tournament will be played this evening between the Smith Cotton Tigers, the 2 seed, and the 1 seed, the Eugene Eagles. And, Jason, that's got great game written all over
That's going to be a fun one. That's going to be an up-and-down game right there with a lot of athletes on the floor. So get your money's worth on that one.
No doubt about it. While we're here, got to talk a little bit about those Mizzou Tigers. Everybody's bleeding black and gold right now. Mizzou on the season, what are they at? So they came in with 16 wins, 4 losses. They were ranked 20th, I believe, in
Something
the nation.
like
Yeah, I think they moved up to 20th, taking on number 14, Mississippi State. Here's the thing. Mizzou is in the midst of a 4-game stretch where all 4 teams they play are ranked in the top 20. They started it off by beating the Rebels out of Ole Miss. Today, they didn't just beat. They lowered the boom on Mississippi State.
Yeah. On the road, too.
On the road at their house. They were leading by 30 at points in that game, won by 20-something, no problem. And that Mississippi State team, I believe, was ranked 14. So, Mizzou, when it comes time for the tournament, right now I'm seeing projections. Mizzou could be a 5 seed in the tournament, no problem. Even a 4 seed's on the table at this point.
I'm very cautious whenever I talk about Mizzou in the tournament. I remember Norfolk State. I remember Northern Iowa back when we were number 1 in the country in Norm Stewart days with Peeler and Doug Smith. And
Norfolk will haunt my
Northern
existence.
Iowa took us out, man. I get very nervous when I talk about Mizzou in the tournament.
The one thing I will say, and no disrespect to Storm and Norman or any of the greats to come before, there is something about Coach Gates I trust. That man, you very rarely see the suit and tie on the sidelines. That man shows up dressed like he's ready for a funeral, and he's already decided it's yours.
You ever went to one of his practices and watched them?
No, I bet it's intense.
You need to go. Our coaching staff goes up there every year, and you can talk to Kobe or Wyatt about it. It's unbelievable what you see out of that man. Hardcore. You want to talk about somebody earning a paycheck. Now, you better bring your earmuffs if you don't want to hear certain things, because when he gets after it, he gets after it. But his practices are unbelievable from what those guys tell me.
Well, one thing that I've always really loved about him is some coaches are great basketball coaches, but not great players coaches. And sometimes it's the opposite. You're a great players coach. Your kids love you, but you don't know much about the game. I think he's a healthy mix because he looks, like I said, constant professional on the court. But then you'll also see him in the right moments getting hyped with his kids and all that. He knows that balance so well.
I know Kobe told me, he goes, that guy you see on the sideline during games, standing there in a suit with his arms crossed, and never really see much, he's not going, that ain't the guy in practice.
No.
The guy in practice is what makes that guy on game day. Said it's unbelievable to go to one of his practices just to sit there and be a part of it.
Well, I'm excited to see what happens on Monday. Mizzou, like I said, you got to move them up in the rankings. It's not a question anymore. What I want to know is at what point in time are we going to face the reality that Kansas is not Kansas anymore? 5 losses, and they keep moving up in the rankings. I'm just going to be the one to say it. Ever since NIL deals started existing and everybody else gets to pay their players too, suddenly Kansas ain't whooping anymore. It's almost like maybe they were cheating.
Well, they're kind of the Alabama of basketball right now. You're kind of finding out that the playing field's been leveled a little bit. So,
well, at least Bama can say we lost Saban. Meanwhile, Bill Self's sitting there going, can we somehow pay our players more?
Yeah.
Get some guys in?
Well, that's what it's going to come down to, unfortunately, is it's just semi-pro sports.
Well, it doesn't exactly break my heart to see the Jayhawks playing a little subpar at the moment. But
no, everybody. I always enjoy watching them fail at things.
Well, one thing that's not subpar is this matchup here. We're at halftime, 25-22. Versailles leads Eldon. Third quarter action's coming up. You're listening to KS-95 Sports.
Tax season is here, and so are the deals at Lloyd Belt Automotive. Need a 4-wheel drive that won't break the bank? They've got you covered. They also have vehicles under $19,900, ready to handle whatever winter throws at you. Plus, they're not just about cars. They put every vehicle through a 172-point service inspection and offer complimentary 12-month, 12,000-mile powertrain warranty. At Lloyd Belt, they work with multiple banks and credit unions to get you the best rates and terms, so your wallet's as happy as your new ride. Drive on down to Lloyd Belt Automotive in Eldon, where the deals are hot and the trucks are cooler.
Come out to LOZ Antique Mall, where you'll find the widest selection of antiques and collectibles in the area. LOZ Antique Mall is the lake's newest and biggest antique store around the lake. It boasts over 200 vendors and 18,000 square feet of antiques, collectibles, even some junk, and items change daily. Located along Highway 54, just 6 miles from the new Lake Ozark roundabout. LOZ Antique Mall, open every day except Tuesday. LOZ Antique Mall, where they have it all.
Every day, your Jefferson City and Osage Beach Hy-Vee pharmacies are committed to your health and wellness. If you're enrolled in Medicare Part B, Medicare Advantage plans, and most commercial plans, they'll cover up to 8 over-the-counter COVID-19 tests per month at no cost through Hy-Vee. Most plans cover these costs and no prescription is required. Stop in at your Osage Beach or Jefferson City Hy-Vee pharmacy and see the helpful pharmacy staff today.
No. And we're ready for third quarter action. American Sun Control third quarter. And, I mean, this one very much up in the air, back and forth. We saw a lot of lead changes in that first half, and something tells me we're not done with that yet.
No, it's going to be on. This game, this is probably about literally going to be a 2 or 3 point game all the way to the end.
First possession of the second half will go to the Mustangs, trailing by 3, going to the basket 2 hour left. Tigers going to come out straight man defense. Hull uses Hardy to make a little space.
I like how Hull just pulls it out. Let's see what's going on. I mean, just no hurry at all. Just calm.
Well, I said straight man is a 1-3-1 again. It's just the way they were lined up.
Starting it off again, aren't we? The way we did.
So Talon going to be very patient, like you said. Just kind of wait and read it and see what he wants to do. Skips it to Cody. To Hardy at the top of the key. Eldon going to down screen away. Run their guards off. Misdirection.
This is usually when the lob comes, whenever Eldon does stuff like this.
They've ran 30 seconds off the clock to start the second half.
Here it comes.
Britton back door, catches the lob, and it carries out of bounds. Ball back to the Tigers.
Look at me. I'm Nostradamus.
You really are,
I've
man.
got him pegged.
You are the Tony Romo of the basketball court right now.
Bless. Call me anything but that, would you?
You're the Troy Aikman.
God, yeah, that's better.
Is it?
At least I got 3 Super Bowl wins.
Well, that's fair. If I had Emmitt Smith,
not famous for a fumble.
Oh, Albrecht on the wing. Goes to TJ. Skip to Reese. Thought about the 3. It's contested by Hull, so they'll work it back around. TJ in the corner. Going to the block. It's tipped out of bounds by Tam. We'll stay with the Tigers. Bertelli to inbounds. Tosses it into Albrecht. Bertelli in the short corner, steps around the defense, flips it off the glass, won't go. Talon the board. Lead still stays at 3, 25-22. Hull, he's got space, top of the key. Didn't want the 3, though. They'll back it out and reset. 1-3-1 from Versailles. They got Albrecht on the top, Bertelli on the left wing, Timo in the middle, Reese on the right side, and TJ running the baseline. Hardy. That left wing all the way out the volleyball line, goes inside to Bayshore, and a timeout called by Coach Caudell. He did not like how his offense was attacking that zone and wants to draw things up. They take the full, so we'll take the break. It's 25-22 with 6:30 to play in the American Sun Control third quarter. You're listening to KS-95 Sports.
When you're looking for a new furnace or air conditioner, price is important, but warranty, reliability, and efficiency are big factors too. At DeGraff & Reed Heating and Cooling, you'll receive very competitive pricing on the industry-leading AirEase products. Every AirEase product is built on 80 years of experience, testing, and research. Servicing the Lake and Jefferson City areas for nearly 15 years, DeGraff & Reed Heating and Cooling for reliable products offered by reliable people. Call DeGraff & Reed Heating and Cooling.
Back in the American Sun Control third quarter of action, we played about a minute and a half, and no one's done anything. Done a lot of staring, a lot of thinking.
Ran up and down a few times. Passing around.
You know, just got warmed up. That's all right. Teams filling each other out. I mean, this is a very evenly matched game. I almost wish there was a way we could see it again. Not tomorrow. I've got plans, but Monday would be great.
Monday. Maybe we could have a rerun.
Yeah, you know, we'll do some phone
ESPN
calls.
Classic or whatever.
Exactly. We'll make some phone calls, see if we can set that up. Lobbed into Hardy. Back to Ahart. Thought about the 3. Head and shoulder fake. Inside. Skips it out. Bayshore. Extra pass hole. Hardy. Wing 3. Off the front iron. Tam somehow hangs in the air like a hummingbird. Tips it, but it's hauled in by Bertelli. Tigers with the ball up 3. Reese now showing patience at the top of the key. 2-3 zone from the Mustangs. Albrecht at the logo, over to TJ. Back to Braden.
Just a lot of standing.
TJ to Timo. TJ, catch, shoot, wing 3. Off front iron, won't go. Another board, Ahart. Talon up the floor. One of these teams going to score eventually, I think. Hardy to Talon. To Ahart. Skips it. Devin Hardy. Right wing 3. Off the iron. Won't go. Timo.
He's going to hit one at some point here. Keep leaving him open.
Reese, very patient. If you like slow-moving, patient basketball, let me tell you, this is the game for you.
1928 all over again.
Somebody get these boys some Chuck Taylors.
The Cagers.
Albrecht on the wing. TJ over to Reese. Timo back to TJ. Albrecht on the right wing again. Timo gives it back to Albrecht out on the wing. They go high post Bertelli. Pass is tipped, recovered by Reese. He drives baseline, hangs in the air. Shot won't go. Tam there defensively. Ahart has it, wants to run. Ahead to Hardy on the run out. He stops, lets the defense fly by. Shot won't go. Ahart follows and cleans it up. 25-24. Tigers by 1 with the ball. 4:30 to play in the American Sun Control third quarter.
I think Ahart's shoe got taken off of his foot. He's barely on the whole back of it's off. He tried to play with the shoe falling off.
And not only did he try to play with it, he went and got the board off the missed 3, and the ref finally said, son, you can put your shoe back on. That's all right.
I think he got his foot stepped on down here and came out of his shoe, which would be a problem.
Hear me out. If I'm Versailles, I'd be arguing with the official. Listen, he's a really good ball player. Can you give us the advantage of making him have to wear half a shoe?
Yeah.
Like, that could help.
Yeah.
So Britton, I like that Britton's tying a shoe, and Talon Hole's over there kind of leaned down like he's trying to give him advice on how to tie it.
Yeah, like, I wonder what he's saying.
He's like, all right, around the tree. The bunny goes under the...
Through the loop. Pull it tight.
The Mustangs work together, and the shoes are tied. Yep, we got that quality of broadcast today, folks.
That's what you get at 3 in the afternoon. It's not the prime time slot that you think it is.
Yeah, we're not the main event. Oh, goodness. Oh, Bayshore was looking for Hole. Albrecht. Too many names with the same letters.
Yeah.
Albrecht tipped it out of bounds. It stays with Eldon. Talon directing traffic, finds Hardy on the left wing. He's going to get back to Talon, who will reset as we close in on the halfway mark of this quarter. We've seen a whopping 2 points scored. So 4 minutes pace.
Yeah.
Skip to Talon. Devin, top of the key. Goes inside to Rhett. Rhett splits the defense. Shot won't go. Reza with the board. Reese will bring it up the floor. Tigers by 1 with the ball. Bayshore working against Murdoch.
Look at that, boy. He's working.
The footwork.
Yes, quick feet. Well, Murdoch wants to get around it.
He's trying, but Rhett's everywhere. He gives it to Albrecht and says, why don't you try with Devin? And Albrecht spins underneath, hangs in the air. Shot won't fall, but he'll shoot too.
You don't see very many people, Reese, when he gets them on their hip, that he can't get around them. That's rare.
And I mean this as a compliment to Rhett, I swear. It's got to be extremely annoying when you're a 6'4", almost 6'5" player. You're used to being able to blow by everybody, and here comes the 5'9" kid that just cuts you off every time you move.
I mean, he did too, and that's how it was in that Tipton tournament. You don't see that very often on anybody that Versailles plays. So.
But personally, I always thought the best part of a defender was when you made the offensive player mad. When you frustrated them so much that they did something stupid. Not that Reese did there, but I'm like, that's kind of defender Rhett Bayshore is, as the second free throw falls as well. 27-24 is the Tiger lead. Talon going to bring it up. Skip pass to the corner to Ahart.
Good ball movement by Eldon.
Talon inside, long strides, drops it off to Devin. Ahart in the corner. Reza runs him offline. Double team comes. It skipped to Bayshore. Thought about the 3. Instead gets inside. Back to Ahart. He drives. Skips it to the corner to Talon. To Bayshore. Wing 3 up off the front iron. Won't go. TJ gets tied up with it and comes away with it. Throws it off the back of the head of a teammate, and it's back to the Mustangs. That is not what they mean by use the backboard.
Coach S be chewing on that fingernail over there a little bit harder than he was.
Yeah, a little stress going on in this one. Rowan Allen back in the game. He'll check in for Reza. So Hardy will bring it up the floor. Eldon trailing by 3. Under 3 minutes to play in the American Sun Control third quarter here on our Martin Metal broadcast. Hardy to Bayshore. Bayshore makes space inside to Tam. Turnaround jumper high off the glass. Won't go. Gets his own miss. Puts it up and in. Cody Tam working.
Yeah, putting in some work right there.
We're back to a 1-point game. Reese against Bayshore. That has been the fun matchup to watch. Reese spin move. Out to Peck. Peck gets inside. Goes to Timo. Back to Peck. Reese on the block, tried to turn the corner, and a blocking foul going to be called on Bayshore.
Yeah, Bayshore's a great defender, but if you're going to be down on the box guarding Reese, I'm going to take Reese on that one.
Yeah, that's the one spot those quick feet can't help you. Because I can almost make an argument that being 5'9" would somewhat help you guarding a 6'4", 6'5" kid in the open court because that's a bigger dribble.
Yeah.
Inbounds, TJ finds space, lays it up and in. 29-26, Tigers reestablish that 3-point lead as we close in on 2 minutes to play in the American Sun Control third. Hardy at the top of the key goes right back to Talon on the left wing. Zach Hull in the game gets it over to Hardy. Hardy inside, trying to lob it to Britton, wound up off the glass and in the hands of the Tigers.
He dialed him up, he just wasn't home.
So Reese into the front court. Over to Timo on the left wing. Peck looks to drive. Reese sizes up a 3 and gets it. Murdoch opens this up to a 6-point lead, biggest the Tigers have seen in the second half. Hardy tries to answer with a corner 3, and he does. Big bucket from the senior. We're right back where we have been the majority of this game in a 3-point game. Versailles 32, Eldon 29, 1:10 to play in the third. American Sun Control third quarter. Versailles with the ball. Peck. Over to Reese. They lob it into Rowan. Rowan gets the defender in the air, and that's a good block by Tam.
That looked like that looked like a jump ball to me.
And it was a jump ball is called the possession.
Did they call it? Oh, I thought they called it.
They did. Cody jumped early, but was able to get his hand down on top of the ball, and possession arrow will favor the Tigers, so they maintain possession. Vertelli, the trigger man, tosses it into TJ. Corner 3, left side off the front iron. Talon has it and wants to run. Talon, extra pass. Hardy underneath, gets Braden in the air. His shot blocked, though. Somehow Devin gets it back. It's thrown through the 9-hole. Winds up with Ahart. Inside to Tam. His turnaround mid-range jumper. That's cash money counting. Yeah. And we've got a 1-point ball game with 35 seconds left in the third. As I said, this game may come down to who gets ball last. It's like watching the Chiefs play any regular season game this season. Picked off by Hardy on the run out. Hardy gives it to Talon. Talon versus TJ. Goodness. Both players okay. TJ just launched himself trying to block that.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. He's playing. He's not going to give him anything easy. It wasn't dirty. And both players help each other up. Spirit of competition right there. Just two teams going at it.
I was most concerned about the floor. TJ got up high and was afraid he dented the thing.
Yeah, he might have messed up the A in Mustangs over there.
First free throw for Talon is good. We're knotted up at 32 apiece. Eldon could take the lead with a made free throw here. On the floor for Eldon, Bayshore, Tam, Hull, Hardy, and Ahart. For the Tigers, it is TJ, Vertelli, Timo. Second free throw won't go. Murdoch and Albright. Tigers with ball. We're knotted at 32 apiece. 15 seconds to go. Reese turns the corner, cradles it, attacks, but it's stripped on the way by Tam. Ball will stay with the Mustangs. Cody Tam's athleticism is extremely underrated.
Yeah.
And it's not just his leaping ability. He's got quick hands. He's a strong kid. And he's smart.
You stripped the ball from a kid who had it cupped on his right side. You don't see that very often.
Murdoch inside, up, under, through the contact. Won't go. Gets his own miss. Count it and a foul. Murdoch stays with it, and with 0.6 seconds left in the third, gives the Tigers a 2-point lead and a chance to make it 3 at the line.
What we got going on here?
I don't know. There was some sort of violation they were discussing. Nonetheless, Murdoch's free throw rattles off the iron, won't go, and that's how the third comes to a close. We played 3 and decided basically nothing as Versailles leads Eldon 34-32, fourth quarter coming up. You're listening to KS-95 Sports.
Hi, I'm Colton Taylor, and I use Versailles Total Fitness. Their 24-hour access makes it easy for me to fit gym time into my busy schedule. I love how spacious and versatile their gym is. With a wide selection of free weights, cable machines, and all the cardio equipment you could need, I have plenty of options to help me stay in shape to cover our local sports teams. They work hard to provide a clean, safe, and comfortable environment. Join me and everyone else at Versailles Total Fitness in becoming a healthier you. Versailles Total Fitness at 31 North Monroe, or give them a call at 573-789-6800.
Hi, I'm Brandon, and welcome to Gladstone Cove Boat Trailer Sales. Do you need a trailer to get your boat out of the water? Maybe just a replacement trailer. Or considering selling your boat and you know a trailer will help get it done. We carry 11 lines of high-quality boat trailers, and if we don't have what you need, we also build our very own line of custom aluminum boat trailers. Thanks to everyone that's been by or just heard of us and gave us a referral. From my family to yours, we can't thank you enough.
As we move into the Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter of action, Tigers hold on to a 2-point lead, but I mean, Jason, this game is still very much up in the air.
Yeah, this game, well, like I said, it's going to come down to the very end. So whatever happens in the last 20 seconds, it'll decide it, but I have no idea what that is.
Eldon down by 2 with the first look at this one offensively. Oh, they run that backdoor lob again. Ahart saves it from going out of bounds to Talon. Bayshore inside, jump stop, extra pass looking for the cutting Tam. It's knocked loose by Murdoch. Fight for the ball. It's saved out of bounds. And they'll say last touch by Reese, so Eldon holds on to the possession. You love the hustle. I mean, 3 guys all sprinting out of bounds for that one. Ahart just tosses it in the backcourt to Talon. 1-3-1 for the Tigers defensively. Ahart over to Hull. Patiently inside, weaves his way, lays it up and in, and we're knotted up at 34 apiece.
Hull just doesn't really make any mistakes, does he? He's just reliable as all can be, man.
TJ. Bertelli. Straight man defense from the Mustangs.
Murdoch and Bayshore down there working on the box.
Morrison to Albrecht. He looks to drive, makes some space against Hardy, steps through off the glass, shot too strong. Britton Ahart the board, stripped from behind, but winds up in the hands of Bayshore. Ahart lobs to Devin, thought about the 3, instead tries to fire it inside to Tam. The problem is Bertelli was waiting for him. And a timeout called by the Tiger bench as Bertelli was in a precarious position, trying not to travel, but they'll hold it to just a 30. Once again, 34 apiece. I don't want to say the words overtime, but I'm just saying this game would not surprise me.
Well, maybe double or triple overtime. You think we're going to be getting one of those deals?
I hope not. It makes for a very late night when you start stacking overtimes. But we might as well have an overtime because coming up shortly, in about 2 days, we're going to see this rematch. And I love it because this tells me Monday we're going to have a great game again.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, coming up after this game, it's going to be the Boonville Pirates squaring off with the Comets of Fatima. Oh, full court man pressure from Bayshore on Murdoch. They're just going to go one-on-one. Reese able to turn him, get it up court, throws it to Bertelli, back to Reese at the high post. Reese bully balls inside, dishes it to Bertelli, uses the Murdoch screen, gets inside, tries to step through. It's blocked out of bounds by Ahart. Bertelli lobs it into Reese. Reese, mid-range jumper. Oh, and a foul on the shot going to be called? Or is that away from the ball?
I don't know.
Reese is going to the line, so it must have been on the shot. They're going to say Tam got him.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't see it, but
it'll be Cody's second, the team's first. Reese's first free throw rattles and falls. So Tigers regain a 1-point lead. Reese makes it 2 from the free throw line. Talon on the point. 36-34, low scoring, physical game. Very patient. Talon inside, lobs it out. Man, that is, Talon, I think, was thinking shot initially, saw Tam and said, I can just toss it up for him.
Why not just let him do it? That's easier.
Cody Tam goes up and finishes. Timo, he'll try the wing 3. He gets it. The kid is a bona fide sniper.
And if Versailles is to win this game, it's going to take some of those other kids hitting shots like that for it to happen.
Take inside hole is strong. Take won't go. Versailles the board looking to run. They lead 39-36 under 6 minutes to play. Bertelli head and shoulder fake inside off to Timo. He wants another 3 off the front iron, won't go. Rebound Devin Hardy. He wants to run. Devin left side stops on a dime. Needs help. Drops it to Talon.
You saw Reese coming down there, stalking him like a big cat.
Bayshore inside. His floater up and good.
Nice shot.
Man, Eldon, this could be huge as Bayshore's offense has come on more and more these last few games.
Yeah.
You get Red a little more confident with a shot, and that adds a whole new element. TJ, strong take inside, but good hands by the Mustang defense, forcing the jump ball.
Yeah, TJ not happy, but that's a good call. I mean, that was a nice tie-up.
Rowan Allen and Ben Peck in the game. They come in for Timo and Bertelli. Tigers with the ball into their own basket, leading 39-38. Inbounds, TJ, corner 3 off the back iron. Rebound fought for. Players colliding, goes out of bounds. The last touch by the Tigers. I think Talon Hole kind of took the worst of that one.
Yeah. It's a physical game.
We hit 5 minutes to play. 39-38, Tigers by 1. Somebody's going to win this ball game. Hardy left wing. Couple shot fakes against the 1-3-1 of Versailles. Hanging in the air. Ahart in the short corner, up and good. And the Mustangs regain the lead by 140-39. Just pulling ahead before the pass was there. It's thrown nearly out of bounds, and it'll be ball back to Eldon.
One of those soft turnovers by Versailles. Goes haunch in a game like this.
Talon gonna bring it up the floor. Eldon has come back to take. I say come back. They've always been right there within 3 or 5. Now the Tigers in straight man. Coach Caudell preaching what he wants to his squad. A little weave. Hardy. To Hull. Top of the key is Tam. Tam turns the corner. Spin move through the contact. Just a tough take. Cody Tam.
He's working.
And that foul going to go on. They get Reese for that.
I believe so.
His first. So Tam to the line. Eldon leads by 1. 4:15 to go in the Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter. First free throw for Cody is up and good. 41-39. Mustangs by 2. Second free throw rattles out, so it stays just a 2-point game. Closing in on 4 minutes to play in this game. TJ to Albrecht. Rowan posting low. Not there for him. Reese has it on the right wing. Reese will back it out to make a little space. Albrecht has it. Spin. Keeps it alive. Left hand up and in.
Good shot.
Tough take. We're knotted up 41 apiece as Versailles wants the timeout. 3:47 to go. Who's going to win? I have no idea. We'll find out when we come back. Somebody we think. You're listening to KS-95 Sports.
GT Brothers Automotive is a locally owned dealership trying to give customers a great vehicle at an incredible price and even better service after the sale. They're home of the complimentary lifetime powertrain warranty that gives you peace of mind after your purchase, and they also offer some of the best finance rates in Central Missouri with bank and credit unions. GT Brothers invites you to stop by and look over their hand-selected inventory of cars, pickups, vans, and SUVs. GT Brothers Automotive, located on Business Highway 54 South in Eldon. Call them at 573-557-2200.
And a Christmas miracle, I'm going to hit it right on the dot. You're listening to tonight's broadcast on KTKS for Sales Eldon, the Lake of the Ozarks, 95.1 FM, also online, lakeradio.com. I'm Colton Taylor, the coach Jason Vansel with me tonight. We got Spence on the camera, and of course, Mark Sidebottom back engineering tonight's contest. Eldon with the ball. We're knotted up at 41 apiece with 3:30 to play in the Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter 7th-place game. Has been a good one. Hull finds Hardy on the left wing. Ahart. I keep calling Albrecht Ahart. The names are too similar. They're both lengthy, tall players. Hull with it to Ahart at the top of the key. Albrecht right next to him. They are not the same guy. Bayshore inside. Whips it to the corner to Talon. Didn't want the shot. Eldon will run 30 seconds in offensive possession with no issues. Talon to Rhett. Over to Hardy. Post Britton low. He skips it to Bayshore. Thought about the three. Instead gets inside. A foul going to be called on the floor. Reese got in and tried to tie it up, but I don't know if they're going to say that he got him on the arm or what the call was there.
They give that one to Auburn.
Hardy off a few screens, pulls the three, halfway down, won't go, but Tam follows and cleans it up to give Eldon the 2-point lead. 43-41 with 2:40 to play. Reese crossover, makes space, drops it off to Albrecht. He gets inside, out to the corner. Bertelli thought about the shot. Albrecht thought about it, getting it back on the wing. Trying to post Reese low. Albrecht said bully balls Hardy down low. Tries to make space. Nothing. There's the double team comes. Good pass to Reese on the cut. And it's stripped by Bayshore. Rhett literally just dribbled in a circle as the defenders went by.
Yeah.
That's an interesting tactic, but it worked. Hull makes a little space. And now Eldon going to be more than happy to take their time here up by 2. Tam to Talon. To Hardy. To Talon. To the block is Ahart. Shows, a triple team comes, he flips it out to Hardy. Wing 3 off the iron, won't go. Rebound fought for and over the back is going to go against Britton.
Yeah, if I'm Eldon, I don't really want anything except the for sure thing.
Versailles down by 2. A chance to tie or take the lead with any made field goal here. 1:40 play. Mr. Murdoch, Mr. 1000. Crossover, short corner, gets the defense to Bites, skips it. Bertelli, Timo. Good closeout by Tam. He heard the report. Kid's a stone cold sniper. Steph Curry in the making. Albrecht takes it. It's swatted by Tam, but Reese follows and lays it up and in. We're not up at 43 apiece. Hardy thought about that three. He had some space. Can either of these teams pull away? Hardy to Bayshore. 1:08 to play. TJ sells out on a steal, but Talon able to keep it. Talon going to reset. We hit 1 minute to play. Who executes down the stretch? Tam, high post. Dishes it to Ahart. Steps into a mid-range jumper, and he got it.
Big shot.
45-43, 45 seconds left. Who takes the shot for the Tigers to tie? Reese behind the back, spin move. He goes all the way hard to the rack and is fouled. They'll say it was on the floor. Jason, I personally love that as I'm saying who's going to take the big shot, Reese didn't ask. He said, I'm going to the rack. You can come with me if you want.
He wasn't going to pass that one.
Bayshore's foul on the floor. So the Tigers will inbound under their own basket. Once again, 45-43, Eldon leads Versailles. Oh, and an errant pass on the inbounds, tossed out of bounds right in front of Coach Caudell. There was a zig where a zag was expected.
Another soft turnover.
That hurts for the Tigers. Timeout called by the Versailles bench. What do they have left? Down 2 with 39 seconds to go. Find out shortly. You're listening to KS-95 Sports.
For over 87 years, Community Point Bank has proudly served Central Missouri with exceptional customer service and the latest in mobile banking and online banking technology. Their local professional banking staff will be happy to assist you with all aspects of your financial journey. Whether you want to open a personal or business bank account or need to apply for a home loan, auto loan, livestock, or agricultural loan, Community Point Bank has what you need. Stop by one of their 3 locations in Russellville, Eugene, and Versailles. Visit their website, ourcpb.bank. Member FDIC.
What a game this has been. Back and forth, back and forth. It's a 2-point lead for the Mustangs. They do have the ball off the turnover from the Tigers. But, Jason, 39.5 seconds is a lot of time in a basketball game.
Yeah, that's a lot of time. Versailles is going to have to push it here. They're going to have to get a turnover because if I'm Eldon, Versailles doesn't get this ball back. But and we'll see what happens.
I remind the listeners, viewers, whatever you may be, this game, as good as it is going to be played again on Monday in the same gym. Plus, we'll have the girls going at it as well.
That's right. We'll just have quarters 5 through 8 on Monday.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on. Eldon gets it in. It's lost out of bounds. Who touched it last? They're going to say it went off of TJ. That was one of those tough calls.
Everybody's down there trying to sell it, though.
If you're Eldon, perfect call. If you're the Tigers, you missed one. No one's going to be happy.
Uh-oh.
What was the whistle?
Is that going to go on TJ or is that going on I think that's on Eldon. That's on Hardy.
Was that a 5-second or a shove?
I think it was a foul on Hardy.
Well, that's big. Tigers get the ball back now, down to 34.8 to go. In for Versailles, Albrecht, Murdoch, Timo. I've never seen a pick like that. Timo turned, put his back on him, and leaned. Reese with it. Can the Tigers score to the Mustangs? Get a stop. Reese blows a tire, puts the layup up, won't go. Keeps it alive. Shot fake, counted, and a foul. With 23 seconds left, Reese has a shot to take the lead. Eldon, though, plenty of time to answer. This is a fun one, man.
This is a fun game right here.
If you don't like this, you don't like good high school basketball.
This is exactly what we thought it would be.
Cody Tam going to get called for the foul. He was just in there fighting for the board.
Yeah.
Reese's free throw won't go, so Ahart the board. We're tied at 45 apiece. Eldon, is that a travel?
That's a travel.
Oh, no. They're going to call a reach-in foul on Versailles. We hadn't had any, close calls that could have went either way. Last 30 seconds, we've had a couple here. But Eldon with possession calls the timeout. We're knotted up 45 apiece. One of two things about to happen, Jason.
What's that?
One of two things about to happen. We're either about to see a game winner, a miss and a game winner on the other end, or we're going to see overtime to start off this four-game day.
My prediction is we're going to see drama. That's what we're going to see.
I'm not saying to a full extent, but barring something very, very, very over the top, if I'm one of these 3 men in stripes, who, by the way, I think have done a wonderful job here this season.
They've done a great job.
If I'm these three, I'm saying you're going to have to really earn a whistle here in these last 18 seconds either way. It's got to be something worth seeing.
Yeah, Hirschvogel down there reffing. I told the others, tighten up their wood screws, baby. We got less than 20 seconds left. Don't swallow the whistle. Let the kids finish it.
I love it. This has been a battle. Two teams, gritty, hard-nosed squads that's lived up to the billing.
Yeah, this is fun.
So on the floor for the Mustangs, Ahart, Hardy, Hull, Tam, and Bayshore. For the Tigers, Timo, Murdoch, TJ, Bortelli, and Albrecht. I keep forgetting Braden. I don't know how.
Because you already renamed him Ahart.
That's true. He's Braden Ahart rest of the season. Oh, a near steal. It's a steal by Murdoch. Near foul. Albrecht has it. Now a timeout by the Tigers.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this game's going to do next. All right, but give credit to senior Reese Murdoch. He saw an opportunity, stayed with it, and kept his balance all the way down the sideline.
That's a play, man. Players make plays, and that's a big-time play right here at this moment in the game.
Reese has been big down the stretch for the Tigers. I mean, Mr. Murdoch, he's got 19 on the game. He was quiet early, and when he got going, he got going.
He's put this one on him, I think.
I mean, Jason, we know why Reese got going, but That's all right. I mean, he is a guy that steps up when you need him to, and that's why he's always reliable.
Man, whatever it takes.
Wherever you find your motivation, you use it.
Just find it.
For the Mustangs, though, I love this. Coach Caudell, he's fired up down there. This is a defensive, proud team. And a substitution, I'm realizing, by Eldon. Lincoln Salzman in the game.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Salzman, Hardy, Ahart, Hull, and Tam for the Tigers. TJ, Reese, Timo, Braden, and Bertelli.
That's kind of big, man. Bayshore not out there. Yeah.
14.1 to go. Tigers got to go the length of the floor to begin with. Inbounds is to Reese, immediately being harassed by Hull. Double team comes. Reese keeps composure, goes to Bertelli, back to Reese. Tigers got to get across the timeline, and they do so. 6 seconds. Got to get a look. Reese, crossover, hangs in the air, floater, hangs up on the back iron, full court heave, and it falls short. We played 4, and it wasn't enough.
We're going to be here all afternoon, man. I got a feeling.
There was a play under the basket there. Could have been a charge, could have been a block, and the official said nope. And I kind of love that personally.
Yeah, let the kids finish it, man. Refs are doing a great job.
Refs down there laughing about it, going, boys, you ain't ending this with free throws. You're ending this with a bucket. So we got 4 more minutes coming up. You're listening to KS-95 Sports.
Martin Metal, just outside of Versailles, Missouri, is proud to announce the operation of our new laminated post-production plant. We now offer our customers high-quality glued, nailed, and planed 3-ply, 4-ply, and 5-ply columns. Yellow pine and treated 2x6 and 2x8 constructed. These posts won't split, warp, or twist and are backed by a 50-year warranty against rotten decay. Order by the job, the bundle, or the truckload, as we offer delivery in Missouri and across the heartland of America. Call Martin Metal to find out more. 573-378-4050 and move your project forward with Martin Metal.
Sold-out crowd at RE/MAX Arena at Lake of the Ozarks, and Winter Shelton's got 5 seconds left to win this deal. Can they pull it off? Inbound passes to Shelton at the top of the key. They try to double team him. Shelton crosses over the competition with some razzle-dazzle. 2, 1, he shoots the game winner, and it's Winter Shelton for the win!
Shelton is crushing it.
When buying a home or real estate, put the ball in Winter Shelton's hands for the game winner.
Winter Shelton's crushing it, yeah.
4 quarters was just not enough for these two 7-mile rivals. I think it's 7 miles, 10 miles, 9 miles. They're not far from each other. So we're going to play overtime. Opening tip controlled by the Mustangs. Knotted up at 45 apiece. This may be the 7th place game, but it's got all the energy of a championship bout. 94th annual Eldon tournament. Oh, a near steal, but it's recovered by Talon Hull. Hardy. All right, apparently the offense was not what Coach Caudell wanted. That's the beauty of these games. When you're this closely matched, it turns into a little bit of a checkers match between the coaches.
Nobody wants to make a mistake now. So
you zig, I'll zag. If you zag, I'll zig. And if we can't come up with other words, we'll just do something. It's a lot of fun. I love watching in the huddles to see, like, the different styles here. But both these coaches, very animated, very similar, like upbeat, like you can tell they are energetic guys. And I really think that's why both these squads players buy in so well to them.
You got a lot of great young coaches out there on both sides right now.
Oh, I'm a big fan of both these guys here tonight, Coach Caudell and Coach Espy.
And I can see these two dudes going at it for a lot of years.
Jason, I don't want to tell you I'm the reason this is a close game, but apparently there was a deal made before the game. The winning coach would come up to talk to us, so they're clearly competing for our love and affection.
Yeah, that's got to be what it is.
Hull drives left side, nothing there, kicks it out to... Okay, sorry, got lost for a second. Hull working again, goes to Hardy at the top of the key. Tam, long 2, up and good.
Big shot.
Eldon first lead of overtime, 47-45, 3:10 to play. Reese just steps into a 3 and nails it. Who is that kid, and what did he do with Reese Murdoch? I don't know that I've ever seen Reese casually dribble into a pass break 3 before.
That's crazy. He's feeling it.
Talon lane to the basket. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. They going to get TJ for it?
I think TJ got it.
Second on TJ.
I think he just had a little too much contact there at the very end of his move.
So Talon is so shifty when he drives. He's deceptively quick.
He is. He's good. He's good and just cool and calm all the time. What I like about him.
First free throw shot. Yeah, when I was talking to assistant coach Scott Taylor, he said Talon is one of the smartest kids you'll be around. His basketball IQ and you can tell when he's handling the ball, he's surveying the whole court and seeing what's going on. And he knocks down the second free throw. So shocker, we're tied again. 48 apiece. This game started on Saturday, and we're hoping to end by next Thursday. Albrecht on the left wing. Looks to attack, but Ahart was there. Bertelli now resets against Tam. Back to Albrecht. Good defense, Ahart. Now Reese versus Talon. Reese, little hesitation, crossover, gets inside, spin move back to the right, dishes it off to TJ. 2:15 to play. TJ drives baseline, it's taken away, knocked out of bounds, and it's one that Tam tipped out of bounds. The problem is TJ was still standing out of bounds, so it went off of his leg, and it will be Mustang ball. Buddy Craig Allen rolling into the house, getting ready for the Osage Indians and Camdenton Lakers coming up in a little bit. That ought to be a great game. You can hear both sides of the story as Osage coverage on Cool 102.7, Laker coverage on Mix 92.7. Eldon with the ball, under 2 minutes to play in overtime. Hardy inside, nothing there, out to Hines. Timo contest. Hines looks to drive, good help defense. Hines over 3 Tigers, gets it to fall. Eldon goes back up 50-48 with 1:35 in OT. Reese uses the Timo screen, goes to Timo. Hines all over him in the corner. Bertelli, couple jab steps. Albrecht has it. Ahart out on him. Albrecht makes space the free throw line, gives it to Reese. Reese, couple crossovers, spin move, makes space, loses it, gets it back, but he is fouled in the process and should be going to the line.
I like the take.
I like that every time the Tigers are down, Reese Murdoch wants the ball.
Yeah, he wants it, and he needs it.
I say that finish by Hines through 3 players was sick.
Yeah, you wouldn't have, once again, here we are in overtime, and players you don't normally think of at moments like that making huge plays.
First free throw for Murdoch is up and good. Second for the tie, off the iron, wouldn't go. So Eldon by 1 with the ball, 1:15 to play. Ahart racing ahead. Skips it up to Talon. Mustang's going to try to burn some clock here, I would assume. Hines out to Ahart. Working on Albrecht. And yeah, I know it's a tough call, and Coach Caudell is going to fight it. I will say, the only thing I saw is it did look like Ahart may have been extending that left arm.
He does that a little bit. He gets away with it most of the time. He got a little push in there, but that's what you got to do.
They're battling in the paint. Yeah. I think Britton is literally a victim of being 6'4".
Sure.
If he's 5'10", they don't recognize him doing that. 1 point game. Tigers down by 1 with the ball. Ahart on Albrecht. Now Bertelli over to Reese. 45 seconds to go. Coach Espy watching this thinking, do I need to call a timeout? Do I let him play through it? Both coaches with timeouts left. Game down to 37. I think Coach Espy wanted to burn some, and Reese is fouled on the reach and will go back to the line with a chance to tie or give Versailles the lead. Oh, and I think that fouls Talon Hull out of this game.
That's costly. But I know there's only 36.5 left. If you go into another overtime, that could be costly. He's been a rock for Eldon tonight.
That is tough. Yeah, Talon is the point guard for the Mustangs, the facilitator, and the guy that sets the pace.
There's Bayshore. I was wondering why he hasn't been out there. As great a defense as he's played tonight. This is his first action in this overtime.
So 2 free throws coming for Reese. 1 would tie, 2 would give the Tigers the lead. 36.5 remain in overtime. First free throw for Reese off the back iron. He could still tie with a make here, because this game has not had enough theatrics yet.
Nope, not enough.
Second free throw for Reese. Off the iron, wouldn't go. Lead stays at 1 for the Mustangs. What do the Tigers do? Do you foul? Do you try to get a stop? 30 seconds to play. Ahart with it. Turns the corner, breaks the press. Reese does foul him, and Ahart will go to the line.
Ahart has not shot a free throw tonight, so I couldn't tell you.
I can tell you
about that.
Britton is normally a good free throw shooter. Eldon could extend this to a 3-point lead. No matter what, a one-possession game. Britain's first free throw is good.
Made the hard one.
51-49, 2-point game. Can Britain make it a 3-point lead with 27.7 to go? Off the iron, the board pulled in by Hines. A costly offensive rebound allowed by the Tigers, and now Eldon could really do some damage. A chance to, I don't want to say ice it this early, but make it a very difficult road ahead for the Tigers.
Make it it's a big challenge now. Got to get those rebounds.
If you're Versailles, you got the miss, you need it, but didn't capitalize. I tell you what, we'll take a quick break, come back with the final 26 seconds of overtime. You're listening to KS-95 Sports.
Since 1882, the Bank of Versailles has been locally owned and operated. Lending decisions are made right here in our community by people who understand real estate in the area. The Bank of Versailles is your local home and farm loan specialist, offering knowledgeable staff and competitive fixed rates that are hard to beat. The Bank of Versailles, building relationships with the people in our local community for 142 years. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
26.1 left in the first overtime period. Eldon missed the second free throw. However, they got the offensive board, so the Mustangs have the ball up by 2 here in overtime with 26 seconds to go. Tigers in a 2-3 defensively. They run Tam off a screen. Hardy rolls off it as well. It's flipped into Tam, who goes right to the rim, lays it up and in. They didn't wait for the foul, made it a 4-point game. Versailles has to go fast. Reese attacks, triple team comes, drops it off to Timo, but Reese was fouled. Will shoot free throws.
Yeah, you can't let a basket that easy happen at the end of an overtime.
Coach Caudell is a little hot right now. He thought his boys played some pretty good defense there and didn't really care for the call. So Murdoch will go back to the line. His first free throw rattles and drops. Back to a 3-point game. And a timeout by Coach Espy. I'm not going to say this is going to happen, but at some point in the game, you do think about a bozo. Bozo is the play call Coach Allison used to give us. For we had a intentional thing in practice where we would learn how to miss a free throw.
Get it back.
Yeah, it's a lot more difficult than you think.
Yeah, it is.
You think making a free throw is hard. Trying to hit that iron with just the right angle to bounce it back to you.
The bozo. I like that. I've never heard it called that.
Yeah, that's what Coach O always called it, was old bozo. We had bozo, and the other one I always loved was, he pointed out that every team in America runs the same inbounds play that results in screens and sets up the corner three. So when it would happen, we just start yelling America, so the whole defense knew.
Remember Coach Spinago I worked with at Stover. Called it America. It's the way you call it. Everybody in freaking America runs it.
Yeah, and he's not wrong.
Like, well, then why don't they defend it?
That's... You're not wrong, man. The problem is, no matter how many times you yell, the kids are still, wait, what? Murdoch could cut it to 2 with a made free throw here. Free throw up and good. It's a 2-point game again. Eldon, got to be smart with the ball. Get this inbounds in clean. But first, another timeout by Coach Caudell.
Yeah, just want to make sure of things.
I was trying to see bracket-wise what time the next game was supposed to get started. Let's see here. This is 7th place. So the consolation game was set to be at 4:30. It is 4:23 now. I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're going to be running a little late. But that's all right. Craig Allen is here bright and early, and he said he wanted to get here early so he could watch all the basketball possible. He is a big basketball historian, really studies the game.
You're laying it on awful thick over there.
Well, here's the thing. I'm always impressed with Craig. It's his sidekick, Steve, that blows me away. Very smart guy. I once found out he was smarter than me. We tested this live on the air, and it was true. Steve was indeed smarter than me. They have a whole segment at halftime. Are you smarter than Steve? I lost. It's because I couldn't remember the kids from the Brady Bunch. In my defense, I never watched the Brady Bunch.
Bobby. Oh, God.
I only remember. I remembered the girl that got her nose busted.
Well, now I can't remember any of them.
Well, Inbounds is to Hardy, and TJ introduces himself to Devin. I think he tried to help Devin blow his nose or something there, and now Devin will go to the free throw line. 2 makes here would go a long way to icing this game. Marcia, that's the one I remembered.
There was Marcia. I don't even remember the girls now. I should never even be in your smartest contest then.
First free throw for Hardy pops out. It's stuck at 2. There's no way this is more than a 1-possession game. 16.2 to go. I will point out again, if you're Eldon, you've rebounded well offensively. Another offensive board could potentially seal this. If you're Versailles, got to get a body. Hardy's second free throw off the iron. Another offensive board. Kyle Hines. I don't know how much he's going to show up in the stat sheet, but 2 of the biggest plays of the game were Kyle Hines' offensive rebounds.
Huge shot on offense, and right there. Man, that's big. That's got to just take the wind out of your sails if you're Versailles to see that happen twice.
Now Hines with 2 made free throws could really make this a steep climb. First one rattles out. Boy, this game just...
Literally, seriously, somebody's going to goof around and win at some point here.
Oh.
Both teams are doing their best to give it to each other. Serving it up on a platter.
All right, second free throw for Hines. 53-51, 14.7 to go in overtime off the back iron. Timo's got it. It's a 2-point game. Tiger's going to go quick up the floor. Murdoch got it. 10 seconds left and a timeout by Coach SB. Oh, my.
I mean, I didn't even think Versailles had a chance like 30 seconds ago.
There's so many things going on here that don't make sense. If you told me up 2 at the free throw line, Eldon's going to get not 1 but 2 offensive rebounds in overtime off free throws.
Game. That's
yeah, and in the same breath, there's 8.7 left, and Versailles is down 2 with the rock and a chance to tie. Jason, I got to believe, I was going to say I got to believe that this is a Reese Murdoch design play.
It has to be.
But Eldon, Coach Caudell, is also saying, guys, this is going to be a Reese Murdoch design play.
Yep.
So I just wonder, if you're Eldon, do you just fully plan on taking away Reese? And if you're Versailles, do you go a different route and trust somebody else to finish this game?
Oh, mercy. You win and die by your stud. I give the ball to Reese. But he's got to make them free throws if he gets fouled.
Well, I completely agree. Free throws are all over this game right now. Somebody's got to lose this game, and that's a shame because it's been a very well-played game by both squads.
And just like everything else, Reese is 5 of 10 from the free throw line tonight. So,
all right, TJ's the trigger man. 8.7 to go. Versailles on their side of the floor. They run him off screens. They double Reese. Inbound to Bertelli. Back to TJ. Goes inside. Hangs in the air. Shot won't go. Rebound in the hands of Ahart. Tigers have to foul, and they do so with 4 left. Honestly, good take by TJ.
It was a good take. Just didn't make it, but it's a good take.
Eldon doubled Reese off the inbound so that he couldn't get it, and they dared somebody else to beat them.
Credit to the Mustangs. They did what they had to do there.
But now the question is, can Eldon seal the deal at the free throw line?
Maybe we have one more drip of drama left to wring out of this drama rag before we're done here today. So,
Britton's first free throw makes it a 3-point game. Britton could end this thing with a made free throw here. Ahart, 21 piece on the night. Him and Murdoch have done exactly what you'd expect tonight. Second free throw off the front iron. Timo's got it. Pass ahead to Reese. On the run out, one-legged shot. Oh, it draws the side of the rim.
You knew. You just knew. Mercy.
That shot was surprisingly close off one leg.
That was a great way to get down the court in 4 seconds right there.
Wow. What an ending to an absolute battle between these two squads. Eldon holds on and pulls it off in overtime. 54-51.
Man.
Oh, what a game. We'll get to see it played again on Monday, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So I expect the same thing then. Post-game shows coming up. You're listening to KS-95 Sports.
As the new year rolls in, it's time for everyone's favorite thing, taxes. Okay, while it may not be our favorite thing, it's something we have to do. Jason Blankenship, CPA, LLC, is here to take the stress out of tax time. Whether it's W-2 and 1099 filing or business and individual taxes, the staff at Jason Blankenship, CPA, LLC, is here to help with all your payroll, accounting, and tax needs. Give us a call at 573-557-2417 or stop in and see us at 401 East North Street in Eldon.
Aye, Captain! The seas of the Ozarks are too rough! Me and the crew can't secure the screens and railings! She'll never be installed right! She ain't sturdy, Captain! Rest assured, you'll see calmer seas this winter. And have American Sun Control secure powder-coated railings and screens for shade, too. While the lake is calm this winter, let American Sun Control install your dock and deck screens and railings. Come in, call, and look them up online and Facebook. American Sun Control.
Since 1944, Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company, Morgan County's only locally owned lumber yard, has been providing the area with quality building materials needed for its building, remodeling, and repair projects. Because customer care is Carpenter Gunther's #1 goal, your project is always their priority. They take as much pride in your project as you do. Reach them at 378-4433 Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4:30, and 8 to noon on Saturday. Carpenter Gunther, where they put the home in hometown business.
Have you ever gone into panic mode because you reach into your wallet and your debit card is not there? Hi, this is Ryan Pryor from Citizens Bank of Eldon and Versailles. With the Umbrella app on your mobile phone, you can block your debit card with a quick tap of a button. 5 minutes later, you remember that it's in your pocket. No problem. Just go back in and unblock your card, and now it's business as usual. Ask us how you can enroll. Member FDIC.
A hometown bank, a hometown friend.
Back with the Bank of Versailles post-game show after an absolute battle between Versailles and Eldon. Eldon outlasts the Tigers 54-51 in overtime to win this 7th-place game of the 94th annual Eldon tournament. I mean, Jason, you got to tip your hat to both these teams. Neither one flinched, and they both just seem to bring their A-game here this evening.
I mean, what can you say? That's a great game. Man, you know, I'm a Versailles guy, but I really enjoyed that game. Both teams rose to the occasion, I think, and redeemed themselves after yesterday. Played a lot better basketball tonight. It was a hard-fought game, literally. Took more time than 4 quarters to decide it, and I'm still not sure it's over. I think these guys might just continue this next week.
Yeah, we'll see the same matchup on Monday right here in Eldon. There will be 4 games that night, as it will be the Versailles and Eldon girls and the Versailles and Eldon boys playing here in Eldon High School. Jason, you got the scoring for us from this matchup?
Who do you want first?
Let's start with we'll start with Eldon since they won tonight.
All right, let's go with the Mustangs first. We have a great night out of Britt Nahart, 21 points for the game. We have Cody Tam. All his points came in the second half. 13 points for Tam. We have Talon Hull with 7. Devin Hardy with 7. And Rhett Bayshore with 4, and Drew Hines with a huge 2 in that overtime.
A couple big offensive rebounds as well.
Yeah, huge. For Versailles, obviously Reese Murdoch led the way with 25 points tonight, which that should place him in front of you, Billy Jeffries. You are now moving down on the list of scorers in school history. We have TJ Schoolfield with 10 points on the night. We have Tyler Morrison with 3. Bertelli with 2. Don't want to forget Rowan Alley. He had 4. Braden Albrecht with 7. So that rounds that up.
Like I said, this game was so good, we're going to have to watch it a second time as these two are going to face off again on Monday. You don't often think, man, 7th place game is going to be the one that brings down the house here at the Eldon tournament, but this field is so loaded this year that the 7th place game is still 2 really good teams battling it out.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You know, and if that first game, if the game for 7th place was any indication of what it's going to be like, it's going to be a great night of basketball altogether here.
Absolutely. Coming up next here at the Eldon tournament, it's going to be the Boonville Pirates and Fatima Comets in the consolation game. Then following that, the Osage Indians and Camdenton Lakers going to face off. 2 teams that want to run the floor and go quick. That we may see 100 points put up combined in the first half in that one.
No kidding.
And then, of course, the main event of the evening, it is the Smith Cotton Tigers doing battle with the Eugene Eagles. Another great matchup. And it does look like we're going to get Coach Caudell on here this evening. I'll go ahead and cut his mic till we get them all hooked up here. But I mean, like I said, this field at the Eldon tournament is just phenomenal this year. Steve Henderson and the crew did a wonderful job getting it together. And we'll get Coach Caudell all set up here. As Coach, have you got to take a deep breath yet? You got to be exhausted after a game like that.
Yeah, we're they're exhausted. I'm exhausted, and we get a day off tomorrow, and then we get to do it 2 more days in a row. So, get our break and then be ready to go right back again. And so, I think this one was so good. We'll just have another rematch on Monday.
The scouting report's got to be pretty easy to write, though. I mean, you just copy and paste from today. What was it your boys did that was the difference maker in this game?
I really love the way that mental toughness has been something that we've been preaching all year. We've lacked in that, for most of the year. And so to see in those big moments like that for us, a call doesn't go our way, or we make a turnover, or do something like that, and to not stay in that spot and to keep working, right, and move past it. We had a couple of guys that, they may have to come out for a second, but when we needed them, right, Kyle Hines, Rhett Bayshore, right, when we needed them, they really stepped up for us. And so just the mental toughness, seeing how that we have progressed was really big.
Another thing that I thought was huge for you guys tonight, Britton Ahart kind of looked like Britton again. He's been in a little bit of a scoring slump for a while, but boy, it looked like shots were just falling for him with ease. What was working for Britton to get him 21 points in this game?
Again, I go back to that mental toughness piece. He's been one that he's had a lot of adversity thrown at him here the last couple of weeks and even most of the season. And really proud of the way that he worked through this tournament. We had a really rough run against Smith Cotton, and I know that he really took that to heart and wanted to be better. And we just saw progress, steps taken each day, right, of him doing that. And so that's all it is just continuing to build. And so seeing him do that was huge for us. He's one of those guys I'm really talking about as far as the mental toughness. Seeing him take that next step was really big.
Well, Coach, this is a big win for your squad because builds a lot of momentum. You turn around next week and not one but two familiar foes, as on Monday, once again, you get this rematch with Versailles. But then you follow it up Tuesday with a rematch against Fatima, who I personally thought you played fantastic for about 3/4 of the game. And then the fourth got you. Does it make you a little hungry knowing that, hey, we had them for 3/4 and let it slip away? Kind of make you want to circle that one a little bigger?
Obviously, after this game, we're going to have to do this one over again, right? That's the one that comes first. And so we can't really be focusing ahead to the next one until we do this one again. I know that they're going to come out, right? This is a second close game like this that they've lost. They're going to be ready to come back, and they've got some tremendous athletes. And I think Coach Espinosa is doing a great job in his first year, doing a lot of good things. And so, we can't look ahead. We got to be ready for Monday.
All right, lastly, towards the end of the game, it was timeout. You guys, it seemed like the coaches, we said, were playing checkers against each other. That's got to be a lot of fun for you and the rest of the staff when you look over and know, hey, Coach Espy's drawing something up. I got to draw something to counter it. And this has got to be like prime coaching time for you guys.
Fun and stressful, right? Fun and stressful. Again, I don't think it as much as X's and O's as what we did is just our guys going in and doing what they were supposed to do. And so at the end of the day, that's what I was really proud of is they took it out of my hands, right? And they went in and they made the plays. And so it makes me look a lot better whenever they make the plays like they did and we come out on top.
Big win for you guys, Coach. We look forward to seeing you again on action on Monday. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. That is head coach Nathaniel Caudell of these Eldon Mustangs as they knock off the Versailles Tigers in overtime. I mean, like I said, just an outstanding game across the board. Jason, any final thoughts on what we saw here this evening?
Just 3 words, to be continued. I mean, that's about it. I mean, I can't wait to see the game. I think both these teams are going to be looking forward to this. This was a fun one, and I'm going to bet you, Colton, it's not going to be any different on Monday.
No, I completely agree. I would expect nothing less. The only difference is we're going to treat it to the same thing on the girls' side as head coach Isaiah Ryan and his squad that's always good is going to take on head coach Andy Moon and his squad that's very good this year. 2 guys that know each other, played ball together, are now going to be coaching against each other. They did that actually up at the Tipton tournament, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is what it's all about. And like I said, I love that Coach Caudell gives the respect to Coach Espy as well, and I know that goes both ways. I really think we're in for a coaching clinic come Monday.
Yeah, that Lady Tiger team's getting better game to game, and Coach Ryan has got a tremendous young group of Lady Mustangs, and they are fun. They were fun to watch in that Tipton tournament. Haven't seen them since, but I'm looking forward to that. So I think that's going to be a great game because I think they played each other as well, and Eldon came out on top in that tournament, if I remember.
I think you're right. Delaney McGay was huge in that game. The Tigers led early by double digits, and Eldon battled back.
Eldon took it at the end, so we'll see, because that Lady Tiger team's better, and I guarantee that Lady Mustang team probably is too, but that's going to be a fun game there too. So
moral of this is we got good basketball coming up.
We just might have overtimes everywhere on Mondays.
Yeah, we're canceling out the rest of the week. Monday's the only games we're going to get in, but it's been a fun one here this evening. Once again, Eldon defeats Versailles in overtime, 54-51. For Spencer on the camera and Mark back at the studio, he's Jason.